Hello everybody, my name is Rick, and we're continuing to program Wordle. And what you see on the screen is the work I'm going to try to do tonight. I think mostly quiet, but I'll probably come on. I'll come on at the end of this coding to go over this library a little bit and some of the things that I've been thinking about with regards to this library, SwiftCursesTerm. I've rearranged my screen from the session before. So on the terminal, we have here, I'm going to just rename this in the tmux lower window here. I'm going to call it mock 1. And in the other tmux window, I'm going to name it mock 2. So we're going to be working tonight in mock 2, which is this code here on the right, and we're going to try to make it look like the code here on the left, which does a fair amount of stuff already. As I said, it doesn't work. It's not attached to the earlier classes that we've written to properly calculate a row guess based on a correct word. It doesn't have accurate letters, and it doesn't read in the dictionary, but it's got the framework. This mock is essentially a mock-up of the user interface. So I'm gonna go off screen and code the rest of this as best I can, following this logic, and then we'll take a look and see how far I get in a few minutes. So if people have any questions, you can reach me on the chat or in the comments. Yeah. One of the things that I do want to comment on is, see here in the right, it's showing my build, and when I look at it, the time is just not accurate. And I think my time is accurate in the window here. 8:40, so that's correct for the time. So it's just something odd. And if I do Apple 9 to look at the builds, oh, I guess, I see. This date is the last time the whole project was built, so I guess that's why it is the time that it is. But it did throw me for a loop. It's a little confusing, and I think I'm convinced that this makes sense. Here in this code, this move here is going to the it's going to, if you draw the prompt, it's clearing the screen. So it's the purpose of this move is to move the cursor, if you will. It'll move the point that ncurses is working on, the coordinate. It'll move the cursor to line 16 and position 3 plus the length. This moves it to the correct spot in the, it moves it here to where the cursor is, and it situates it so that it looks like a prompt. And here I realized I could just I should put a question mark like the original game. So that's what this is doing, but I don't see the ability to do a single move. So oh, wait a minute, I think I can do term dot and okay. So here are the options. Okay, so it does have an option. I totally missed it. And I think it was because in the original mockup remember in the original mockup I'm using the ncurses C library directly, but in mock 2 I'm using SwiftCursesTerm, by rderik. So keep going, keep going. So another thing I'm confused about is how do I get the characters? Getstr is a ncurses function that reads from the terminal. It implements this prompt here, this PR here. This reading of characters is oh wow. Oh, this reading of characters. Oh boy, what a mess that is. You see, I tried to go backspace and didn't like that, and I think I understand why, but what I'm currently coding is the get character, which is this, and there's also getstr as well, to get a string. So it's a single character, but oh, I'm doing a get string, but I don't see that in the terminal, at least not the way I did before. Like basically, how do I get input? So for that, we're going to go back to the documentation. Oh, I guess it just calls it directly. I should have remembered that, but yeah. All right, let's keep going and see if I can progress that way. this is kind of a key point. What I just did was I used Xcode to jump to the definition of getch, which is a function that is referenced in the documentation in the sample code here. Now, when I do that, it jumps directly to this, which is macOS 12.1 user include curses.h. And this here is the direct library that I'm using here. If I do the same thing here, so interesting. So interesting. This is slightly different. The one on the left, which is the original mock using the Darwin supplied ncurses, goes to darwin.ncurses, but the one used inside of SwiftCursesTerm, presumably maybe brought in by Foundation, uses curses.h. You look at how different this is. This is clearly available for Swift. These declarations are Swift, these types are Swift. But this curses.h, this is purely C. It's very confusing. So what I'll do is let me leave it like this and see what it looks like when I try to run it. Ugh, wrong one. Oh no, this is the right one. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Oh, some mistakes here. I forgot a separator here, so let me fix that in main Swift 25. I wonder, would I not have gotten a build error here? Is this not building anymore for me? I'm surprised that's not getting built up for me. So in mock 2, main Swift line 25, I'm missing a comma. And I just saved it, so right here, I thought it would be building something, but it's definitely not. So confusing. Now, yeah, so here's the prompt. Error extra argument to len call. Oh. That's supposed to be column. Yeah, column. It's actually saying the error here in line 26. This error is 27, missing argument window for the move. I thought that would be optional. but I'm going to add it. 27. So if I do move, yeah, the window is required. So I'm going to guess window colon term. And then, okay, so I'll build this again. Alrighty. So I need to get this weird type SCTWindowId, but that's for sure SwiftCursesTerm, SCT, SwiftCursesTerm. So we'll just go through the doc and hopefully there's a window here. Type aliases, good. It makes new windows, but what about my default window? There's gonna be a default window that I should be able to reference here. So P in the help stands for property. And if I do that, I'm gonna guess this. What we'll do at the end, I mean, I thought I'd be coding and then at the end we'll go load up this library into Xcode, but I think I'm gonna need to do that sooner rather than later. But surprised that the compiler isn't building this for me. I'm surprised that the compiler isn't building this for me. But no, it says here, look, it says that the window ID is question mark, so it's optional. So it doesn't need this. It's an array of opaque pointers, so it should be possible to just leave this be like this. If I'm understanding this right. No, but let's make sure that error is correct, and then if it is correct, then we'll go. It really wants a window, and I didn't make any windows. I just used the default window. Like, what window is term add string 2 using if it's not defined? And why can't I get it from term? Okay, so what we'll do is we're gonna start to look at the code just to start answering some questions about this. And the example back here, does show it generating new windows, and maybe that's something I have to do. Didn't think I would need to do that, and so what we'll do is we'll clone this project, and in fact what I'm going to do is, I don't know if I want to fork this now, but yeah, let's fork this. didn't even look to see what other branches there are, but whatever branches there are, I want them. So now there's going to be a copy of this project in my GitHub, and I will then clone this. I'll go to another window to the projects directory and do a git clone, and so SwiftCursesTerm is now a directory in my projects, and it's fully available. And what I'll do to make it use mine is I will open up the package Swift and specify this directly. So I'm not going to commit this code. I hope there's going to be a commit tonight. I'm going to say this is going to be file, and it's going to be user. What is this directory here? Yeah. Let's see. I thought I had done this before, so. Needs to be path. And pretty sure, do I need the name? Yeah, that worked. Now it's doing some stuff. Basically, it's grabbing the files. Hopefully it's grabbing the files from my directory. And I'll now try to build it. I'm still going to get errors. What's this doing here? In the session yesterday, I deleted the build directory. Oh, no, this is fine. This is it says it's removing that. Now it's planning the build. It's probably making sure it can get to my home directory to get to that SwiftCurses, the local copy of SwiftCurses, so it can build that. Let's see what it does. I'm not super happy about. Yeah, okay, good. So this is, I'm glad we got to this point that we were supposed to get here. But to prove that we have this, we're going to now open a new project. How I do that is come here and I open this is oh boy, it's got already some problems. I guess that's awful that it can't do any of that, but so it won't let me do it? Interesting. Okay, so let me close this and go back to my project. It looks as if this part here, I'll call your attention to the left-hand nav. This is the copy of the source. And if I take SwiftCursesTerm and bring in, let's just double click this. This is the main library. This is the class. These are the windows that I was trying to access, and curses new term nil. You could see how it's importing curses, and the curses that it imports is it's not there. It might be in that might be a reference. That might be a reference. If I double click on this package, yeah, this is the system library. Okay, so this is entirely new. I did want to get into this section a little bit. I clearly won't finish it now. Basically, here are the actual functions, and here is the windows that we have to pass for the move function. And here's the move function. It wants this thing here, but there doesn't seem to be a way to yeah. If I search for this SCTWindowId, 10 matches. Oh, you know what? I think I could pass in nil. Yeah, it's just an integer, so I think I could pass in nil here, and the reason why add string 2 that I'm using here can do content, line, and column without there's only one of these. Okay, then I thought I knew what I was talking about. See, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny that the term add string 2, I'm omitting the window, and it's setting nil if it's not set. But oh, look at this. I bet you that's my problem. I'm gonna try it right now. If I set this change in the original source code, I think this will all of a sudden work. So there's a small bug in the SwiftTermCurses, small bug, but I could have also gotten around it by saying nil. This is, sadly, this is programming also. You gotta work through these bizarre situations. Yeah, there it is. Let's see if it takes a wow, even that's working. Wow. All right, so let's do the fix the right way, and we'll commit this code, and then let's spend a few minutes looking at this. As a quick reminder, this is the source code to the library I'm using. and I just made a change to it here, and it would suggest that I would make a pull request so I can call term without the window being set. To confirm that, I can come here to window and put nil, and it will work just the same. So let's convince ourselves that this works. This change where I pass in the nil manually, but we'll make a pull request and see what rderik thinks of it. Yeah, so this is fine. Yeah, okay. And you notice it's still reading in the characters. So, so here, it's helpful to do a pull request. It's a useful skill, and it takes some. You just have to be. You have to be respectful. You're making a change to somebody else's code. You're proposing a change to somebody else's code, and you should explain the situation as clearly as you can. So what I'll do is I'll hold off on that and commit this current change. What I want to do is somewhere in this code. Oh, wow. What are these things? Yeah. Oh, wow. So this is a header file, curses.h, that's inside of SwiftCurses. That's what's going on here. So this import is bringing in this thing. I think I'm reading that right, and we'll have to read rderik's blog post to understand that, and that's the one that I pointed everyone to yesterday with interoperability. I'll go back to it. We're learning a lot from rderik. Yeah, here's the. It's also, I meant to point this out yesterday. rderik is also the same author of that really cool blog post, Understanding Objective-C and Swift Interoperability. If you read this, and I plan to read this at least a half dozen times more, it makes it easy to understand. So let's commit some code, and I'll come out of this mode where it's in full mode. So we're not going to commit the package Swift, but we are going to commit the sources Swift versus main. Yeah. So wherever we're back in here, so wherever we do this, we're actually reaching up, going through this, and and getting at the functions that are in there via SwiftCursesTerm. That's why when we do this and go to the definition, which is this, that's the Swift file here. It's bringing in ncurses.h from Darwin, from the Mac. This is the ncurses that's here described in the man page, and ncurses. So it's weird. I thought the actual libraries would be in here, user include and curses. It's not. It's buried inside of the developer. Is this right? It's somewhere in here. Nope. Wrong. Platforms. This doesn't look right either. Yeah. It's somewhere. I haven't figured out where, but that's what this is doing. It's saying wherever you're getting it, go get it from the system. Wow, we learned some new things today, and we got this pull request that we could work on. So I'm not going to do it now. I think let me do this one and come offline. We'll go and add this piece of code and see how far we get with that. this right here is super helpful. Yeah, this is really helpful in the library. It earlier, maybe 2 sessions ago, I was complaining about maybe this is a little verbose, but it's super clear what's happening. Whereas with the raw ncurses, you see me up here defining this thing called a color pair, and you don't know what that is. Zero, and I'm got these constants which I pulled out of the header file. Yeah, so this is much clearer, and I'm gonna go and add this in. All right, let's see how this works now. I think I removed all the old code, and it this is what it is here. I've set up these parameters. Oh, I'm going to get rid of these. That's the sample code. So let's see what this looks like when we compile. Let's look at all of these, see if we can get them all in this one. I really don't understand why this is not building in here. I mean, can I just do build in here? Very confusing. Yeah, I'm just confused why it's not building here. That's something odd I'll have to work on. So that's the first error. Editor placeholder in the source file. Oh, yeah, 35. Look at that. What's left in place? Yeah, Y, X. So this is column. No line. Yeah. Now this type business. When I originally did this, all the types were incorrect for the raw curses library, but here I think I can just pass in pure integers. Line 35. 35 looks better now. Integer. So let's see what this looks like. Hooray. It didn't add anything here. But this prompt is working. Did I just skip a number? Okay, so this part didn't print. I think it's because I should do here, it should do refresh. Let's try to refresh. That was on the original examples. could call the refresh directly, but let's see. No, it's still not doing it. So let me call. Let's say term. Yeah, so definitely what I should be doing. Come up here. I just set the attribute and I'm printing this element. I have a suspicion that the element isn't what I think it is when I'm in there. This raw string. Oh, look at this, people. Wow. I forgot to call the function. Okay. Yikes. That's a mistake. Yeah, no, this did not work. Yeah, that bug is still there. Wow. Well, definitely a problemo, but a lot of it is almost working. I think this term is the tricky thing. I don't think I should be using term to set the full attribute. I need to set the attributes on the string. Term set attributes. I need to do the text attributes. And is there like a text attributes here? I'm also going to make sure, okay, it is setting the, it's finding both uppercase and lowercase. Term set attributes, and then we pass in the text attributes. Oh, look at that. Ugh. I need to, oh boy, I'm setting it on the entire window. I need to be calling this smaller function just like this example here, set attributes, and I will do that now. We know we got the colors right. Let's see what happens if I don't set the attributes array, but just set the color pair. Yeah, it doesn't like that. the window can be nil, but the attributes, I think you need to pass in something empty. Missing an argument for number 2. So, and what is that I have to give it? Adders. So I'm just going to try this. Empty. Let's see what this does. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we got it working. We just got it working, and I'm gonna go and take a look at the diff. Again, we're not going to push in this change with the package Swift, but we are going to use all the rest of this. Yeah. Right. So we did a lot in this session. We rewrote the mock-up that we did in the original Darwin ncurses C interoperability. We rewrote it to use this person's library, rderik's SwiftCursesTerm library. It has some really nice facilities that I like. Just the colors, that's super helpful. This part is a little confusing. It might be interesting to try to document it, and maybe that's what we'll cover tomorrow. Is just go over this library a little bit and go a little deeper. But really, if we're not at the home stretch, we're certainly closer. With Mach 2, we can then bring in the code to play the game, and we can play it using this UI. We're going to be able to play the game using the UI. And one of the things we do have to improve is the prompt. It doesn't respect the 5-character limit. We also want to and this is a bonus thing, I think I might have mentioned this, we also want to take this keyboard and carefully dim the characters that we have played. So in this case, S, E, V, and N would be grayed out, and maybe tomorrow I spend half an hour writing just that one function, gray out keyboard or something like that. But this is fun. This is fun, right? So we'll catch up with everybody the next time and check out the code, and we'll talk with everybody later.